Alright guys, let's talk about the rebar bending bars. These are the sort of a pipe, steel pipe, and then it's got 3 prongs on this triangular thing, and he's got this one extension. I'm not quite sure what that's for. Maybe it's for reaching down to pull up rebar or something, I don't know. But we affectionately have called them, I've heard over the years, hickey bars, and so someone told me that's because if you hit someone in the neck, it looks like a hickey. I don't know. Yes, men are kind of crazy. But so anyways, I want to demonstrate the hickey bar use, whether it's 1 or 2, and we're going to do it on this 1/2 inch piece of rebar on this big crazy grotto behind me. When you're bending rebar, this is a point that's everything's pivoting on, and this bar is pulling it out. So this won't do us any good, right? Because they're not aligned with what the task at hand is. If you overlap them, then you can pull these together and get a nice bend right there. This is already completed, so I don't want to fuss with it, of course. But then when you're doing these bigger jobs up in the air, the leveraging of these things is kind of challenging, so it's hard to really be able to bend it without them wobbling all over the place. And so you get a lot of exercise. Your shoulders get a good burn trying to figure out how the heck to do this. So this bar right here, I've already established the shape on this big boulder up in the air here, and I'm 6'5", so you know these are going up into the heavens pretty good. So what I want to do now is, this is going to be a plane and it's going to pivot right here and pitch over. So I want to go ahead and get a bend and bring this down and make it more horizontal, so then all these other pieces of rebar have something to align with and stick to. So if you can get the bar like this, you're in great shape, because I can pull here and I got a lot of leverage. If I try to do it this way, I can do it, but you see how the whole bar starts to bend and wobble. Now if I had a second piece of rebar in here, or a bender in here, I could place this here, and these things are heavy, so if you're not careful, you can whack yourself in the head pretty darn good. So I can also use this to hold down the bar from bending it. This one stabilizes it. Sometimes I'm so tired, my arms are so worn out, it takes about all I have to not let the bar just drop and slide down real fast and smack myself in the ankles. And I've done that, that's why I can say that. So we're trying to bend again. This is how to bend rebar with the bender bar. And these are 1/2 inch sticks, so they're pretty big. You can also get to where you use your legs instead of just your arms. So I can go like this, or I can get my arms straight and just stand up and bend it over, which I instinctively just did. So now this piece of rebar can be shaped. It could stay like this. I could bend another one over, which I think I might do as I'm looking at this design. And to do that, I'll need a ladder right here. But it's the same idea. Wherever you want the rebar to be bent, and this is going to go that way, you need to have this guy on the opposite side. If I want to bend it this way, it's on this side. And you can get 2 pieces. This might be a good spot. If I wanted to bend these double pieces out, you could do it like this for a little bit. You don't have as much room for it to go before it hits right here. But if you get it back up in the air, now I can sit down and pull on it. Lock your shoulders, drop your legs, you can sort of let your weight do it. But I tell you, with this 1/2 inch especially, it is a workout. 3/8 inch, super easy. It's a lot of fun going from 1/2 inch to 3/8. It's like, oh, this is so much easier. So when you're working on taller structures as well, you want to make sure up top that you secure your hickey bars. These are a couple pounds, and these will kill somebody if they come flying down on their head, possibly. Serious injury for sure. So you always want to use safety when you're using these. Also use them in a way that is safe for yourself. Story in that regard. I was up on a feature trying to bend something, and I was pulling really hard, and it slipped, and it smacked me in the head. I almost knocked myself out. So make sure you don't knock yourself out when you're bending stuff with a rebar. think through what you're trying to do, find the most effective way to use the tool. That tool, the bend I just showed you, when it's like this, that's the most leverage you have, because you're parallel with it, it's not going to wobble, and that's a really effective way to do it. So there you have a quick little demonstration of the rebar bending tools and how to apply them to your rock work and the rebar design that you're doing. So use safety, use caution, think through what you're trying to do, and you'll get a good shoulder workout too. All right, we'll talk more about rebar in other videos.